up, my people? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your boy Nassim the Dream. I've been meaning to look at some more lineups with you guys. There has been a lot that has dropped recently. Right now I'm just doing 5 a batch for some videos. I'll make another one eventually, but yeah, we're gonna be looking at some lineups that are gonna be coming up very soon. We're gonna be looking at them together, so make sure you guys let me know what you guys think of these lineups. Are you already planning to go? I want to know. Come on, let me know in the comments. Let's take a look at these lineups. Beginning off, we are gonna look at this Bourbon and Beyond lineup. This is gonna be held in Louisville, Kentucky through September 19th to the 22nd, so be sure to check that out, especially if you're in the area, because this is quite a lineup. Okay, clearly I am enamored with Zach Bryan. That is a big deal for me. I mean, the dude's been selling out big stadiums at this point. The dude is so huge, and for his age, pretty young in the country scene. In my opinion, he is not like a brand new artist, but one that has just been absolutely clearing with tickets recently. So he is amazing, and he is definitely one of my #1 listen to country artists at the moment. His self-titled record and his recent EP that came out last year has been just taking the country fandom by storm, and with good reason. This is one of the must-see talents right now, especially if you're into country. He has amazing work. He's incredibly talented. Gonna be a hell of a show as well. I know I'm just throwing a lot of love to Zach Bryan, but that is already a lot right there. I am not much of a Dave Matthews fan, but I know how important this guy is in the influence, and I know plenty from friends that really like to go see his shows, and I know how big of a deal they are. I know how big of a deal this fandom is, and I hear good things about the live shows. So this seems like it's a pretty big deal to be on this lineup. So I would even be pretty interested to go see that. So that would be added to the positives. I also really like Tyler Childers, and then we got Neil Young on there. That is just OG as hell. This lineup really does just bring in a lot of great mixtures of country music, folk, rock. So many notable new and upcoming names to check out on this. We got Black Pumas on here that I'm a really big fan of. Whiskey Myers. We got The War on Drugs, great recent LP. Mount Joy, Dinosaur Jr. Yeah, this lineup is pretty good. I think this is a really fascinating lineup. I really hope I get to go here. I don't think I'm going to be able to, because I'm going to be going to a different festival that is on his list, but this is going to be getting a B+ from me. The next one we're going to be looking at is Nova Rock. This is held at, I believe, in Hungary, in Panoia Fields. That's what it seems like from what I looked up and what it looks like on the flyer right here. This is going to be held through June 13th through the 16th. This really isn't all that great to me. I don't care for Green Day. They're a big time band. They're a big deal. Sure, yeah, to the punk genre, at least the pop punk genre. The new record is also not too bad, so I will be honest with you there. But just in general, for me personally, I'm not really crazy for them, so that's something that wouldn't really be pulling me towards to want to buy a ticket. For you, obviously, that could be a different situation. Jane's Addiction would be cool, however. Neck Deep, I also really like. Newest record is just kind of meh. A little bit under meh, to be honest with you. Alice Cooper would be a great time to see again. I enjoyed him when I seen the first time. That dude has still got it. I think the only day I would actually be interested in checking out is Sunday, and that is just strictly to see Bring Me and Baby Metal, and they would most likely perform together, which would be absolutely awesome. But this really isn't a good lineup to me. I mean, Manskin has just been dog shit. I just thought their recent record was just absolutely boring and uninspiring. Avril Lavigne, sure, that's a big deal, but I'm not really big fan of that either. I know a lot of people like Sum 41 too. I'm a little bit hit or miss with them, but I would check out the show, I guess. And I know Avenged Sevenfold is a big time band. I would still be interested to see them just because I haven't seen them yet. But in terms of what I like to bring up for these videos is the most recent music projects, and their last record is just pretty awful in my opinion. But yeah, this is also a very niche lineup, so it's of course not gonna appeal to everybody, obviously. But yeah, for my taste, I'm still into this music. I don't think it's good, so this is gonna get a D-. And then the next one I'm gonna be looking at is Lightning in a Bottle. This is gonna be held in Buena Vista Lake, California through May 22nd through the 27th. I believe this is a 2-weekend fest, and I think it's just through 5 days. Maybe some artists are just repeating on there. I don't know, whatever. It's a little bit odd. This one is definitely hit or miss. Most certainly some artists I would love to see on here. I would really love to see Skrillex. I love Quest for Fire. It was one of my favorite records of the year that came out in 2023. Labyrinth is also an amazing performer. So is James Blake. I think the most exciting would to be MIA. I think at this point, she's considered an icon. She is one of those hip-hop artists that I feel like has hidden gems into her discog that are just so crucial and influential to hip-hop at the moment in the late 2000s and early 2010s. So that is one that I would be dying to see. I think for me, I'd probably go MIA, Floating Points, Skrillex, James Blake, and then Labyrinth. That would be my top 5 most anticipated artists to see if I went through here. I would love to see Neo Archives too. We also have some interesting indie bands on here, some DJs into the mix. So there's a lot of variants in here, and I think this overall would be a good time. I don't really know how you would fit this many artists in whole 5 days, like unless it starts late and of course ends early. It'd be kind of pointless, but I don't really know. I'm not really familiar too much with this festival. I haven't been here yet. So this is definitely going to depend for most people. Honestly, I don't think it's that bad. So I'm going to go with a C+. Next, we have Boston Calling. That is going to be held through Memorial Day weekend in Boston, Massachusetts. And then we have all the way through May 24th through the 26th. This lineup it's weird. It's very, very weird. I'm not an Ed Sheeran guy. I really don't really find myself to enjoy much of his material at all. But I will say that is a pretty big deal that they got him on this lineup. I mean, he is a huge artist. Like, he's huge. To line up, like, co-headlining with Leon Bridges on Friday, that's still pretty interesting, I'd say. So I think a lot of people are going to be excited about that. I think that alone would probably be worth the experience for a ticket. Young the Giant isn't really doing anything for me. I really feel like they have not done nothing recently to really spark their name up again like they did in the 2010s. They're kind of irrelevant to me at this point. I like Tyler Childers, like I said earlier. Kurabogan is a great complimentary band for this group. Also Motherfolk as well. But Sunday, dude, this makes no sense. You have the Killers, Hozier, and then Megan Thee Stallion. That's like, looking at the rest of them, I mean, I guess you could say Renee Rapp is almost like the same blend on Friday, but like, I don't really like that at all. I just feel like that is just an awful mix. Like, I like these artists individually a lot. I really do. But this is just not a good blend to me. This lineup is overall just really messy, all over the place. Really lacks cohesion. It's gonna get a D+. Then the last lineup I am gonna be looking at and reviewing is just gorgeous. This beautiful lineup, Louder Than Life, that will be held in Louisville, Kentucky, all the way to the 26th to the 29th of September. Guys, take a gander. My metal fans, look at this lineup. It looks fake. It looks like something that would be held in Europe. Dead ass. The amount of big bands on here, look at this. You have Slipknot, you have Motley Crue, Korn, Disturbed, Evanescence, Judas Priest. Like, it keeps going. Tom Morello, Ginger. It's insane. It makes no sense at all. What I really love to see from this lineup, they're bringing in some incredible punk music this time. They have Show Me the Body coming, who's great with their noise influence as well. We have Soul Glow. We have Touche Amore. They have Pup. This lineup is so ridiculous. They are really trying to be way bigger than they are before. I really do think that they're trying to like make a really big name for themselves. As I mean, they're already considered one of the biggest rock festivals in America. I think they're going for worldwide at this point. Look at this. This is silly. This is ridiculous. It almost like hurts because I know that I'm not gonna be able to see all these bands. But just like to know that there are options, that's amazing. That's what you should want. This is amazing. Of course, it's subjective. But dude, I feel like any metal fan will look at this and be like, this lineup is nuts. It's insane. It is so, so good. You have great throwback bands that sure might not have an incredible discog, but even coming from a guy like me who will be honest about that, I grew up with that shit, dude. Come on. I love Seether growing up. Anthrax was also very dope too. And then like when we're bringing up like the old school bands like Motley Crue, listen, I know they're not that great right now, performing wise. I understand that. They're old, dude. Okay? I can hear that old head yelling in my ear, being like, oh, you don't understand what it was like seeing them in the 80s. It was so different. Yeah, no shit. They're fucking old as fuck now, dude. I don't care. For me, it's like, I get the opportunity to still see this band. I got to see Robert Plant, and he sounds like a broken record, but I still got to see Robert Plant, who was the lead vocalist, the frontman of one of the biggest, most influential bands of all time. I don't care. That's enough for me. So that would still be really cool. And then, dude, you have the return of Slayer. And also, they have some experimental stuff on here, too. They have Health. They have Poppy, they have Spirit Box, which is a little bit more modern and into metalcore, but still they've been working around with a lot of noise and electro influences in there. Gojira, the death metal and deathcore inspirations. You have Lorna Shore, you have Whitechapel, you have Fugitive. It is insane. Military Gun is on there too. They're not much of a death metal band, but they are like one of those hardcore punk bands that I think really good, really good. And then you still got like some of like that throwback kind of vintage hip hop that's somewhat incorporated for some reason into this style. 3-6 Mafia, dude, sick. Even the one-hit wonders on here, like Drowning Pool, POD. I mean, they're not necessarily one-hit wonders, but I mean, realistically, come on, let's be honest. This lineup is stellar, if I haven't said it already, and that is why I'm giving this lineup an A, a straight up A. It's awesome. All right, and those are the lineups that I have to show to you guys. So if you haven't seen them, what do you guys think of them? Let me know down in the comments. And like I said, are you gonna go? What festivals are you gonna go to this year? Which lineup should I check out in the next video? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna catch you in the next one.